Hello guys, so for this tutorial we'll be cutting our jumbo pants with our Ankara fabric. This Ankara fabric is 3 yards and you can also use 2.5 depending on the size of your client. So you just fold your fabric into 2 and then you draw your starting line. This is my starting line. This Ankara fabric, this Ankara pant is going to have a band of 2 inches which will be attached later to it. So we're just going to take out 2 inches from the measurement. So you place your measuring tape on the starting point which we drew earlier, and then you mark your horizontal measurements, which is firstly the hip line. I took it around 9, so you draw out the line. The next is our crotch measurement, and for this pants we'll be using 13 because I don't want it to be too tight. There is a video I made on how to calculate your crotch measurement. I'll drop the link below. So we'll mark 13 for the crotch. So we have our start line, our hip line, and our crotch line. The next thing we're going to do, remember we took all measurements like this, placing our measuring tape on the start point from 2 inch. So we're just going to measure our length, how long you want your pants to be. For this pants it will be 42 inches long, so I'll be adding 2 inches extra for the folding at the bottom. So I'm going to mark 44. I'm just going to mark 44 inch. So now on the hip line we are going to calculate our hip measurement. I'm using hip measurement of 39, so we're just going to calculate our hip measurement, and mine is 9.75. so we're going to add extra 5 inch to it. So 9.75 plus 5, or I'll just estimate it to 9.5. That is 9.5 plus extra 5 inch, so it's going to be 14.5. Then you mark it upwards this way. Then we're going to come to the crotch line and go out by 3 inch like this. We'll come to the crotch line. From the hip line that we marked earlier, we are going to go out by 3 on the crotch line and then mark it and make a curve from this extra 3 to this place. Like this. And then we can just this is basically it. You can decide to just go down straight or slant a bit. For me, I'll be slanting in a bit. I'll be slanting in with like 2 inches from the. So we have done with the front piece. This is the front piece. I took one part out so that it can be clear. So now we are going to cut our back piece. You fold your remaining fabric into 2 and you place your front piece on it, and then from the crotch depth we're going to go out by 3 inches. You mark it. Sorry, you're going to go out by 3 inches this way. Then this rest part you're going to just come out by 2.5 inch. And then you curve. Then on the upper part you're going to go out by 2 inches and then connect it. You measure out what you have here on the waistline for the front piece. What we have here is 12.5 inch. You're going to measure out the 12.5 inch on the back piece, beginning from this 2.5 inches you went out by. So here's our 12 inch. then you make a slant curve from this part to this place where it ended. So you just make a slant like this. You can go over it again. Remember, we went out on the crotch depth by 3 inches, and then we went out by 2 inches from this end, and then we curved it. We came here to the up, we went up by 2 inches. Now we are going up by 2 inches because this is a free jumbo pant. If it's a corporate trouser, you're meant to go up by 3 inches, and this also depends on the boot size, the hip size of your client. If your client's boot size is from 45 and above, you're meant to go up by 3 inches, but this client's measurement is 39 for the hip. So we went up by 2 inches, and then we now made a slant to 12 inches, which is the same 12 inches we got from our waist size from the front piece. So we made a slant. Now you're going to go all out by 2 inches. We're giving the back piece 2 inches. Remember, we did not add any allowance to the front piece. All our allowances is going to go to the back piece. So we're going to go all out 2 inches down from this way. You know, we went 3 inches there, so we're just going to curve it 2 inches down. So you mark out 2 inch, and then we just like curve it down. Take it down, not curve, just make it straight. And then for this side, we're going to come up to our hip. This is where our hip is. We're going to outline where it ends, and then make a curve up to this place like this. So you just indicate where your hip measurement starts on the front piece, mark it out, and then make a curve to the back, to the waistline, the new waistline that we drew for the back. Then you're just going to just trace it all out. That's all. That's all for the back piece. It's not difficult. Just follow the procedure and you get it right.
So this was me cutting out the back piece from what we had marked earlier. I took it to the sewing machine thereafter, adding my band and elastic to it. And here is the outcome, guys. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.